Hi guys, Quasi here, and in today's video, I want to do a follow-up of that last video that I did where I shared with you how I structure my YouTube videos, and I mainly talked about how you should, what kind of intention you have behind it, what the mindset really is behind making a YouTube video. But in this video, I want to get down into the nitty-gritty and the technical details of how I structure my videos, how I come up with ideas, and I do hope that this is valuable for you. So if you're an entrepreneur, you're getting started up with your business, or you're really just learning how to post content and create content online, I do think this will be very, very valuable for you. So without further delay, let's go right ahead and get started. I want to do this video in a slightly different way than I did my other videos because a lot of people complain about the whiteboard. So I'm just going to go ahead and make a Google Doc, and then I'll share this Google Doc link with you guys so that you can also come back to it for later reference. So in the last video, if you haven't watched it, by the way, I do highly urge you to watch it. I'm going to put the link in the pinned comments down below. In the last video, I talked about the biggest problem in making content is that we come online, we look at other people's content and what's going on in the market, and then we just quickly start to copy it. And when I first started doing this, I fell into that trap too, where I was just trying to make videos on how to get someone to text you back, how to manifest your crush back. And I saw that I didn't really resonate with that. So it was kind of like I was selling my soul for it. And I don't think anyone should sell their souls. You should own your uniqueness and your individuality. And by doing that, you'll see your videos will be much more impactful, much more powerful. And you'll create your own following, without even trying too hard to create your own following. Okay, so the biggest problem is most try to copy what's already out there. And as a result, they fall into this trap of mimicry or just becoming part of the herd. But when I tried to do this and I tried to make viral videos for the sake of viral videos, I failed. So what we concluded in that last video that I made was where your focus should be. So I focus on two things, right? Number one, I ask myself, what interests me? What topics are of interest to me? And number two, I ask myself, what would be useful to others? So someone who's watching this video, who do I want to tailor it to, and what use could they get out of this? Okay. So once you're focused on these two things, right, just having the conjunction of what do other people want to see versus and getting together what actually interests me, when you get a sweet, an intersection of both of these, then you're in the sweet spot, okay? So we concluded that these two questions are what you should be asking yourself when you're making content. And if you do, you'll get to that sweet spot. And that's what I focus on every single day. Once you're focused on these two things, now it's just a matter of how do we plan out and how do we structure our videos, right? So there's basically two parts to planning that I use. Number one is planning during the week. So how do I plan my stuff out during the week when I'm not making a video? So how do I plan my stuff out during the week when I'm not making a video and I want to think about ideas? So as you become a content creator and you start to make content on a regular basis, and if you want to start making content on a regular, consistent basis, what will happen is you'll come up with random ideas throughout the week. You'll have these random realizations and epiphanies throughout the week. And this is because your subconscious mind is always at work thinking about new things, and it's always trying to process new things. Once you're on the journey, you make all of these epiphanies. And, the kind of person I am, I just want to go out and share all this stuff. But it's difficult for me to, put everything that's in my brain out onto paper and share it. So I just do the stuff that will be very valuable. There's a lot of junk there sometimes too. So what I like to do is throughout the week, keep a notes section on your phone. Keep a notes section on your phone device that you carry around with you. Title it Content Ideas. And then as you get different ideas, write down a one-sentence summary of that idea. So you'll find there's different ideas that I have on content. So for example, I'll talk about how, e.g., an idea could be how to let go. or like a nuance of how to let go that I had an epiphany on. Oh, in order to let go, focus on feeling rather than thought. So this is just an example I'm giving you, right? So this is just an epiphany I had where, if we focus on the feeling rather than the thought, that's the main epiphany that I want to hammer away in that video if I were to make a video on it. So why we do this, why we keep a notes section, why I keep a notes section is because I don't make a video on something as soon as the idea comes up. I let it marinate a little bit. I play around with it. I explore different parts of that idea, break it apart, put it together. And in that process, it gets refined. Okay, and then that's why I just put it down in the notes section. And I don't make the video right away. I have a dedicated video day. So if you're someone who has a dedicated video day or you don't want to get distracted throughout the week, because I don't really consider myself a YouTuber. I consider myself more of a business owner and more of a coach rather than a YouTuber. So, I just make the YouTube videos to be able to share this message out there so we can get clients and, produce transformations and work closer together with these clients and produce results the best way I know how. So I don't just jump around and make videos left and right and make content left and right. I just wait till the time comes on a Thursday, and then I get to work doing that, just like I am doing this right now. So, which brings me to the next part. On the day of, pull up this notes document and see which idea speaks out the most to you. So you're going to have tons of ideas in there. You're going to have a lot of different ideas, a lot of different epiphanies, and I never delete them, by the way. It's not that I make a video and then I delete them. I just keep the ideas there because it might jump out at me again sometime in the future. So I just keep adding to this document over and over again. So on the day of, you pull up this notes section and see which of these ideas speaks out the most to you. Maybe this idea that you wrote down, it no longer resonates by the time Thursday comes around. It's fallen apart. But then you find something else in there that might resonate a little bit more. So that's what I do. I go with that idea that resonates a little bit more. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's your energy that really matters. It doesn't matter what you talk about. It's like the energy that you bring in to it. And that'll attract the right people. So, for example, today I resonate with making this video. Now, it might not get a lot of views, but I don't really care about it because this is what I want to speak about. And I know that the people that are probably going to be watching this will really resonate with this. So it's not really about getting a lot of views, it's about getting committed views. Do you see what I mean? When you get committed views, then people are committed to taking action on it and getting transformation. And I would much rather have that than someone who comes in for 2 seconds, watches a video because they thought it was clickbaity. So, yeah. Pull out this notes document, see which idea speaks out the most to you. And now the second part to this is planning the day of, or right before you shoot the video. So you might be asking, Quasi, what did you do before you just made this video right now? Well, this is what I did. I have this little notebook that I put all the ideas in, and I do a one-pager. So what I do is create a one-pager. Nothing more than that, because or else it gets too complicated and you have too many things to talk about and you just get lost in planning rather than executing. And this takes me around 15 minutes to do, like 15 to 20 minutes max. So create a one-pager of important points to discuss. I like to base them around what is the problem that you'll be solving? Why is this important to solve? Why would anyone want to listen to it? Why is this important in general? Who is this even for? And how would they go about solving it? So these are the 4 things that I focus on. So for example, concrete example, let's think about something. Let's go with this idea of how to let go, right? So what is the problem here? What is the problem? Being too attached. Why is this a problem? Being too attached makes you self-sabotage and creates unnecessary resistance. Who is this for? Well, maybe I want to make this video for entrepreneurs who are wanting to scale up their businesses, but they find that they just get stuck in the hard work mentality, and then they, you know, get their focus, disperse their focus out in all different directions, and they keep doing everything instead of focusing on one thing and instead of focusing on the 80/20. So then my video takes a different route, right? Instead of talking about being too attached in general, I could talk about being too attached in a relationship. I could talk about being too attached in your business, being too attached with your health and fitness goals. There's so many things you can be attached to, right? But what direction, what flavor will this video take? Who do I want to aim this video at? Well, entrepreneurs. And because I'm an entrepreneur myself and I've gone through this myself. So that's why I want to talk about it. And how? How is the part where we talk about key points or actionable things that you can take away to apply it. Actionable steps to get someone unattached. So I might even get a little bit more specific and talk about, okay, maybe you're stuck at a certain revenue level and you keep trying different things. How do you eliminate this shiny object syndrome? Oh, this is how. Then I'll give steps in how to do it. So the last part of the planning is I always like to, if you notice all of my videos, I always like to end with a recap or key points. And also I like to do action items because people need something to get them to act. I mean, I'm the kind of person, by the way, I'm more of a, what's the word, kinesthetic learner. I like to do things. If I do something, if I act, then I can do some kind of a drill to consolidate this knowledge, this new knowledge within me. So when I take like a golf lesson or something, I'll ask the instructor for some drills, like, hey, what drill do you want me to do up until next week? That way I can just put my head down, trust my coach, and do the work and show up to the next lesson ready. That's how you become a good student, right? So that's what I like to do. I like to give people action items because I myself like action items and things to do to keep me busy, to kind of consolidate this knowledge within me. And that's why every single video I try to give people like things to focus on or action items to distill all of this stuff, because you can really get lost in ideas, and a lot of this stuff that I discuss, it's very easy to not make it practical. So that's just my personal preference, and I've found that this works. You might try something different, or you might do the same. But this is how I, plan my videos out. Now, shooting them, there's a lot of different nuances to it. There's a lot of things that I learned after like over 4 years of doing this, but maybe that'll be the topic for another video. But with that, I conclude this video. I hope this was helpful. I'm going to share the link to this document that you can keep for yourself and keep revisiting. And I sincerely hope this was helpful to you. Leave me a comment letting me know what you thought of this, by the way. If you like this, if you want me to make videos like this, or you have any suggestions for future videos, I always love to read what you guys are going through. And it helps me, again, make better videos for you guys. So thank you so much for watching. Till next time. Peace.